Stimulating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Here.
Beep boop bop boop.
Bop, boop, bop. Hello. Welcome to our podcast. Here we go.
I heard that.
La 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 la. We'll be there. You ever seen We Bare Bears, Alex?
I have not.
Probably
Yes,
not.
It's so good.
I've seen every single episode.
I love that show.
It is good.
Okay, yes.
There we go.
Oh,
People
yeah.
can hear our important
There we
things
go.
now. Thank God.
It's stimulating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
All right, everybody. That first part was just a joke. This is the real podcast now. I believe everyone can hear us. They can see us. And now you're about to hear and see a great joke. I'm AJ Simmons, by the way. A lot of ladies... I already did the jokes and, whatever. A lot of ladies these days say they're looking for a old-fashioned romantic fella.
Oh.
Do tell.
Yes.
Which is why I've started mailing my dick pics.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard that one. I'm not even gonna do the other one. Fuck it.
I must not have gotten any because I moved.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gotta forward that mail.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, you can cut to toll.
Okay.
I'll do the. All right.
You might as
Come
well.
Yeah.
I
on.
like it.
4th of July is coming up, folks,
Oh.
and I've got to say, I'm cool with the declaration. And honestly, I wouldn't mind a patio or gazebo-laration as well.
It keeps getting funnier.
Now you can cut to toll.
Oh boy. Had a big weekend. Big 7-year-old birthday weekend. Yes. Which is something. It was interesting. It was very packed. I'll tell you, I have 7 little girls in my basement. Would have been a real weird thing for me to say 2 years ago.
Oh, no, Toll, no.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's happening.
It would have been like, oh, what? Yeah. Yep. So that was crazy. I also feel like we're living in the. I feel like because I have a kid, like it was so unlikely in the timeline that the U.S. is now living under authoritarianism.
You think you caused the crack in the
I do.
multiverse?
They're like, this
wasn't
no one
supposed to
expected
happen.
this. Although you think about it, if everybody expected this at some point, you know, it's going to happen eventually.
It's pure mathematics.
Yeah, and otherwise, just some little notes. That's all I got for now.
I'm sure we'll hear from the notes later.
Yes.
Alex Carter, everyone.
How about a classic for him?
I like it.
Getting old now, guys. I'm 49 years old. I'm so old that right now my dick only gets half hard, just the top half. Have to swing it around like a nunchuck.
Yeah.
Classic.
No rim shot, Shyla?
I
Wow.
have-
She was shocked. Well, I can say
He did that with his dick. God damn it.
that was actually good.
The nunchuck dick.
Yes.
Callback 10 seconds later.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
No ring rust on you,
Yeah,
my
that's
friend.
right. That's why I get paid the
Crisp.
$0.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, it feels good to be back here with
It does.
you three. You
Yes,
know,
It does.
little week off. It was scary. I didn't know what I was going to do with myself.
Busy.
Luckily, I had a quinceañera to work. So
You did. And I believe, how long were you there in the end?
13 hours.
Now let's back up. Let's back up to
yeah.
to the prequel to the story that you told a week or two ago
Yes.
about how you got.
the
Yeah.
genesis.
Let's do that. Maybe you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
Let's hear that. Let's just remind everyone with that story.
The freeze frame and the record.
Yeah.
screen.
Yes.
You're probably wondering how I got here. I was in a dumpster dressed as a local DJ.
Yes.
Paint the picture however you'd like. You can see the sketch online. But I was in the dumpster, had some tripods set up with, phone, camera, all that stuff, some audio equipment. And my property manager and his sister and his brother-in-law came around the corner of the building and witnessed me in the dumpster.
Witness me.
Witness
Yeah.
me.
A bunch of cameras on you.
Yes, along with Sam Hershock. And I could see them kind of talking amongst
Yeah.
themselves. And I assumed they were just making fun of me.
Right.
Rightfully so.
Fair.
Fair to have been doing that. Instead, he approached the dumpster.
I think it's very funny to see a guy getting photographed in a dumpster and being like, we should hire this guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to approach this man.
Yes.
Yes.
Instead of running in the opposite direction.
He clearly knows what he's doing.
Yes, and apparently they thought so because he approached, sort of acting as translator for the other two, his brother-in-law and his sister, because they don't speak much English, and he was like, "Are you a photographer? You do a little photography?" Because we hadn't really interacted much, despite him being the property manager,
Right.
just in passing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, as a matter of fact, I do a little photography." A little videography, things like that.
Are you standing in the dumpster as you say this?
I am in the dumpster.
All right.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And he just said doo-doo.
Yeah. I'm sure, that turtle tank kind of smell wafting out of the
Yeah.
dumpster towards him. And so, stand there. And I was like, all right, yeah. So now it's Glengarry Glen Ross. I'm trying to cut a deal here for this
Yeah, yeah.
quinceañera. I think it's going to be ballpark 2 or 3 hours.
A
right?
party.
It's a
Sounds
birthday
about
party.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's maybe a more extravagant party of sorts. Maybe it goes 4 hours. Who knows? With full wrap up and tear down and everything.
Right.
And considering the fact that they're speaking to a man actively in a dumpster
You're right.
and thinking I'm a man who they should
A
see.
professional man.
Yes.
Yes, clearly.
Who they deem as professional. I'm like, all right,
He's
you
wearing
know,
a stocking cap. He's
Yes.
got his chain on.
Yeah.
And his money shirt. What? Yeah.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty
t-shirt.
Ducks. Right, right, right.
Inaugural season Mighty Ducks T-shirt. A little undersized, I might add. And so I'm like, all right, you know, maybe they're hard out. I don't know their whole life story or anything, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna highball these people crazy. And so I was like, all right, you know, yeah, I could do it for like $200. I should have known by how excited they seemed at that number.
See?
Yes. Yeah,
Ay,
bueno.
ay, ay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, right after that, they let me know that they had spent roughly 20 grand on the party, and that the previous photographer had quoted him 3,500, which a bit more than I think.
20 grand. You're asking for a cool 1%.
Yes,
Yeah.
not
that
bad
one?
in
Yeah.
the budget. Fair to guess. Yeah, and so from there, I was like, I'm a man of my word. I already said the 200. I can't kind of renege that
Right.
really. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to do it. Still kind of assuming it's going to be in that 3 to 4 hour window.
Yeah.
And then kind of as the days and then kind of the weeks, because it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks out when I first booked the gig. More information came in of them being like, oh, yeah, you know, we have a limo. It'd be great if you could kind of follow us around in the limo. And we're going to go to a few locations to shoot some photos. And now the picture's becoming more clear
Yeah, yeah.
as to what I'm dealing with here. And so when it was all said and done, I wound up, it was an 11 a.m. call time, you know,
yeah.
for this here
Yeah.
party. The party starts at 5 p.m.
Oh no! You're already 4 in the hole.
Yeah, exactly. So, the invite and everything is in Spanish, but I know enough. To be
Yeah,
like,
you're like
6 p.m. I think is still 6 p.m.
Yeah,
you're like
Yeah,
seis.
Yes. No bueno. No bueno. But so luckily for me, it was, I think, 105 degrees outside
Oh,
that day.
perfect. Yeah, yeah.
So our first spot was the Capitol.
And a
You
little-
had
a little
negotiated
humid.
yourself into $15 an hour for this.
At best.
yeah.
Yeah. If you could factor in the prep time and everything else, looking at maybe a hot $8 an hour. Yeah.
Over
Yeah.
minimum wage.
Yeah. Just barely.
Over minimum wage.
Yeah.
Just barely. I need a vape break. 1 second. Where's it at?
Fuchsia, you like that?
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you let the young ladies hit this?
I did not. I should have.
Hey, girls.
Yeah. You all need to calm down here.
Yeah.
Past the vape. But
It was in my pocket, and Everly goes, "You got a new one," and I was like, "What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't look at this.
Yeah.
yeah,
vape counting not cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Capitol, hot as hell already. We're outdoors. It's super windy too, which
That's
like
tough for a photographer.
yeah,
Yeah.
like hair's blowing everywhere. The young lady that's having the quinceañera is not having a good time because she, despite me having a long day, she had an even longer day. I
Right,
bet.
right.
She probably got up at 9 a.m. to do makeup and hair and everything.
Oh yeah.
30 mile an hour winds, it seemed like hot as hell. So then it's just blowing hot air in your face the whole time.
Yeah.
Everyone's, you know, kind of spectating because she does have this big, beautiful dress, and she has a crew of 6 guys. I don't even want to say the word because I don't want it to be
Uh-oh.
totally wrong, but
Yeah.
it starts with, it's like a CH and then some other word after it. But
Let's
Cholos?
not guess.
Yeah.
Oh, he did it. He did it. Oh, he's
Is that? I'm sorry. I don't know
canceled.
better. I don't know better.
There goes my quince work. you
Sorry.
know?
I'm sorry. I didn't.
I had
mean
15 more lined
Yeah.
up this month. But it's like chantles or something like that. And their whole job, they're dressed real nice, kind of matching with her. Their whole job is basically just to carry her dress
It. What
around.
color are they dressed in?
Kind of a red. She had a red dress, and then they had like cowboy hats and sort of red.
So they are not cool. As in, like, cool.
no, they're
like,
sweating.
temperature-wise, they're hot as fuck.
No one's sweating as much as me. That much I can say for sure. Yes. Didn't wear a hat. Bad choice as well. Luckily, I had a dark-colored shirt, but that whole thing was just
You must
soaked.
have slathered your dome with sunscreen.
I had a little SPF,
Yeah.
not enough.
Oh, okay.
I definitely emerged with more freckles afterwards.
Okay.
Like a dinosaur egg, just like the baby dinosaur from that TV show.
Yeah, not the mama. yeah.
But yeah, outside of the Capitol first, thankfully, someone had the idea to go inside because again, there's a huge language barrier, so I don't even know like what they're wanting out of me,
Right.
beyond just shooting everything. So I'm just going, just
Catching everything.
Right.
full
right.
auto. On
I'm
the
surprised
camera.
a bunch of. Well, never mind.
I mean, some of them did speak a little bit of English, but
Right.
it was more. There was so much kind of crosstalk going on.
I'm surprised they
between
wanted
them.
to go into the Capitol right now in Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it is beautiful architecture. That
For
was actually
sure.
the first
That's
time I'd ever
amazing.
been in the
Like,
Capitol.
It's amazing in there.
I'd never even thought to go in it, and then once I
Yeah.
was in it, I was like, oh wow, there's tons of people doing tours. Clearly,
Yeah.
and huge, mural-sized paintings on the wall and beautiful staircase. So it was like a great call for the photography inside. And yeah, a little AC didn't hurt either.
It saved your life.
Yeah, exactly. I was sweating. Got in there, shooting pictures. Eventually, we're able to kind of figure out. I'm just doing a lot of nodding.
Yeah.
That's kind of my move.
Yeah.
That's my move to let them know. Like I think I
Sí.
got the shots. Yes, sí, bueno. Yes,
Bueno.
Yeah.
muy bonita. Yeah, sí. And again, I do have some people kind of helping me translate, but they're all kind of arguing as to what they should do, and then I'm just kind of.
Right.
I'm getting photos of them arguing, all sorts of shit.
Oh yeah. You could blackmail them later for some more
Exactly.
money.
That's right. A little behind the scenes. So we're in the Capitol, and eventually that all kind of wraps up. There was actually another young lady also having a quinceañera photo shoot there. So we
Oh,
wound up
damn.
actually getting a shot of both of them together in front of the Capitol, which was kind of a cool shot.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
And so they all pile in the limo. I'm in between photo and video.
Did she have a roving photographer?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I remember I felt like I felt
Say, hey,
Cocked
how
a
much are you
little.
making?
yeah, exactly. I'm getting 200
He's
for
like,
this
oh,
gig. So.
only $5,000. What about you? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, about 4,500, I think.
Quite a deal.
I did feel a little like creatively cucked because they had bigger, fancier equipment than me.
Oh.
They knew what they were getting into because up until I didn't know where I was going until I showed up. Because before the Capitol, we met at their house, and there they decided where we were going. So I didn't.
It seems like
know
there was
necessarily what to
a
bring.
little bit of a lack of information.
Correct.
Yes.
Even within their own party, not just to me. Just
Right.
I think and it's a lot of young people. They're
Yeah.
15-year-olds
Yeah.
basically. So
Yeah.
they don't know what they're doing, and eventually the property manager guy, Charlie, he's the one that's basically just making the calls on what we're going to shoot. And I'm like, all right, cool, like whatever.
Yeah.
But he the whole time, he's yelling at me, but he's not meaning to. I think he's just he's passionate.
Yeah.
El passion.
Yeah.
But he's like, video, photo. I'm like
Yeah.
trying to switch the little thing to get in between it. I'm, trying to get the lens right and all this stuff. It's fogging up because it's so hot and shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sweating bullets, and I'm like, this is the biggest day of her life.
Yeah.
I'm like terrified that I'm going to ruin this whole thing.
Right.
Everything's going to be out of focus, whatever. But we finally get done the Capitol. They get in the limo, and then Charlie, he's like, all right, we're going to take a couple people with us. So it's me, him, and then like two guys and one girl that I don't know. And we're going to Jordan Creek now, over by
Jordan
Fleming's.
Creek. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's like a little bridge over like a water.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a fountain in the background. So then we're right there by Fleming's. But on the way, and as some people may know who've listened to this, I don't like driving on the interstate very much. I've been in some accidents. It's one of my big anxiety triggers. So already I'm not liking being on the interstate anyway.
Right.
Even with like perfect, setting,
Yeah.
whatever. Now I'm in my vehicle with mostly people I don't know, all speaking Spanish, really loud and really fast. As semis are trucking by, whoom, like the wind is like making the car shake and shit. And I put together back together my dash, and the radio doesn't work, so I can't even put that on to like try to white noise my way through this thing. So I'm just like white knuckling, sweating, hot as hell. Luckily the AC works, but it's not doing enough.
Right.
Too much body heat in the car.
Yeah.
So eventually we get to Jordan Creek. We're shooting outside of Fleming's. At this point, the young lady who's Kinsey was not having a good time. Straight up not having a good time. She's hot, clearly stressed, everything else. So I'm trying my best to like get good shots of her. But as the time went on, even when I showed her the photographs yesterday, she was like, "Oh, yep, that's when I started getting pissed."
yeah.
She was like, "I don't look very happy in those ones," and I was like, "That's all right."
Yeah.
And so I think it's just going to be the outdoors thing at Jordan Creek, but they're like, "No, we're going in the mall, baby."
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so then now I'm in the mall, like in front of I'm trying to make like the zombie burger sign behind her, like look good, like focus. But kids do love the mall, so it kind of made
love the
sense.
That
mall.
makes sense.
And I was able to get some cool videos of her like coming down the escalator, and I'm trying to do some Terrence Malick shit, I'm trying to get like good depth of field on
you're
it.
doing the
Tree of
most.
Life filmed at Jordan Creek Mall.
Yeah, exactly. And Charlie, the property manager, who's her uncle, who kind of again organized this whole thing, he's having the craziest ideas where he's like, "Let's go in the kid play place." There's that like little area
Yeah,
where all the
yeah.
kids play. So then I'm in like the kid play place. There's kids like running around, like bumping into me, and I'm trying to get the shot. It's just,
What is this?
I mean,
this is insane.
and this isn't even the party yet.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what
on
I mean?
hour 5.
Yeah,
Party
exactly.
hasn't even started yet.
That's right. So eventually,
Oh, my God.
the battery I do have in it, I went through 2 batteries already, which is a lot considering. I think just because the heat outside
Yeah,
too
yeah.
can drain batteries. Kind of like if it's real cold, it'll do that too. So I'm just burning through these batteries, and eventually, graciously, we get to the batteries die, and I'm like, "Oh well, sorry folks, Jordan Creek is done for the day."
Yeah.
But then they all decide that they want to get Starbucks because I guess there's a Starbucks inside of the Barnes and Noble there
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So we get in there, and every single one of them orders like one of these pink drinks.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you can, as soon as we walk in, and it's like 15 of us or whatever, you watch the Starbucks employees' faces go.
yeah.
You just see this train. I remember working in food service when you'd see just this bus of people coming in,
Yeah.
And Charlie's like, "You got to get something. You got to get something." I'm like, I'm good," because I don't even want to have them make me make another drink or
Right.
anything like that. I get a little juice that no one has to make. It's just like in the cooler up front. And then so everyone's getting their drinks, and then we think everything's fine. I'm like, "Okay, cool, a breather." Then it turns out 2 of the kids didn't get their drinks. And so then Charlie's over there arguing with the Starbucks. Because again, like I think it's just more the way his voice sounds.
Yeah.
He sounds like he's yelling a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
And they definitely
Some
thought
guys
he was
have that
yelling.
voice where it's
Yeah.
like kind of a yell talk. You're like, calm down. They're like, I am calm. Okay. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
well,
You don't seem calm.
yeah.
And he did not seem calm.
Yeah.
And he's like pulling out this giant receipt, being like, "See, we're supposed to have it." And then they go through and they're like, "No, you didn't order it, but we can make it," and blah blah blah. And then I think like, okay, it's all going to be okay. But there's already a big line of people waiting for their drinks now forming, and he's like, "I want it before all of these people." And these are all like my worst nightmares.
Oh,
at
yes.
once.
You're just
Yeah,
riding
yeah.
like
Yeah.
an anxiety amusement park ride.
The space shot.
Yeah.
Of just all my worst nightmares. I don't like. I've written like one mean review ever,
Right,
And it was
yeah.
like truly a bad experience at a restaurant. Like I would just never cause a scene in any sort of way like that. And Charlie loved it. Obviously, he was having
Oh, yeah.
he was getting the pink drinks.
Right.
So we finally get out of there, and I'm like, okay. At this point, the adrenaline and anxiety has been so high this whole time that the ride back is actually kind of nice. I'm just chilling.
You're on the come
Yeah.
down now.
But then they're like, "Oh, we need to make a stop by Little Caesars." I'm like, "Okay."
Sure.
So I guess they had put in an order for Little Caesars, so they come out with, I would guess, 20 boxes of pizza.
Oh, perfect.
Jesus.
Yeah, which smells nice. And I'm like, God, I'm getting pretty hungry. But
Yeah.
so it's all of us again, RAV4, the back of it, all packed with because I brought some of these lights and tripods for a photo booth and all this stuff. all these people, and then now 20 pizzas all in the vehicle.
Oh man.
And then we're cooking on over to the east side.
How did you become? I mean, like you're not getting paid to pick up 20 pizzas.
I was just going with the flow, baby.
I feel like the story is going to end with you with your head in a bathtub with a shotgun to your head, with your wallet in your hand.
It turns into small.
And again, throughout this, they were all very nice to me. Like they were clearly very thankful that I was there and willing to like do everything and wasn't putting up a fuss about all of it. But yeah, there was definitely times maybe I could have stood my ground a little.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
who knows? But at this point, I'm just like now. It's almost becoming kind of fun, as in like this is going to just be an adventure.
You're down with the
Yeah.
homies now.
Yeah,
Like you are in.
I've been jumped into the thing now.
You've been
You
jumped
lock
into the
into what's
quinceañera.
happening. You're like, oh, just accept it.
Yeah. At this point,
For sure.
you just I'm locked in for it. So we get all the pizzas because I guess the pizzas are like the pre-dinner food for the.
Of course, this is
these
all
people.
pre. All of this is pre.
Yeah.
So
All pre all over the place.
all pre'd up.
And then
There's still sperm in that, you guys. Just a
Yes.
Heads up.
That's right.
Toll's living proof. But now we're cooking over to the east side. To
East
some
side.
It was like sort of like northeast side. It was a part of town I'd never really been to. At some Masonic lodge, now defunct, I think. But they were renting it for the thing. And I was like, all right, here we go, baby.
The venue.
The venue. We've arrived.
Hell yes.
The AC's working in it. Great. Mwah.
Very nice.
Get in there. And at that point, it's actually like slowed down a little because like we're there before everyone has showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a little time to catch my breath. And that's when one of the most amazing thing happens.
Ooh.
I had they had some of the food already out, and some people were nibbling at it. I did get a little Caesars as well, but I tried this. I'm just gonna call it Mexican spaghetti, but it was spaghetti noodles with all sorts of spices, and then shrimp and all these other things. Top 10, like best thing I've ever had.
Wow.
Nice.
Food wise,
Sounds good.
it could have been.
I'm sure it's called Mexican spaghetti. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
At least
That
that's what I
definitely
call
sounds
it. you know?
right.
Yeah.
Can I get some of that Mexican spaghetti?
Yes. Scariolo. But yeah, it was, and I'm not even like that much of a shrimp guy. You know,
Right.
shrimp's all right. I
Yeah.
can get down with a little scrimp, but you know, it's not my go-to. And I'm sure maybe just being so hungry and a few other factors, the overall weirdness of everything I'd just been through, almost like a last meal. You know, just
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
hit a little different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was all
But
teed up.
But I've been working on getting the recipe from them because all the food was amazing.
Nice.
Some of the best food I've ever had at any kind of party. You know,
Yeah.
food created for mass consumption. You know,
Very
Wasn't a bunch of
nice.
bullshit charcuterie.
no
way.
It was all like beautiful stewed beef over rice
Oh,
and stewed pork
nice.
and all these things. They had said like the ladies in the back of the kitchen, they all looked like exactly what you wanted the people who've been cooking the food to look like.
Right.
Like all kind of grandma level, age level kind of
Yeah,
people.
Abuelas all over the place.
Abuelas, as far as the eye could see. And they said they'd been cooking it for like 2 days.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
Like cooking it down, stewing it, all this stuff.
They were getting paid $15 an hour as well.
If they're lucky. But from there, it actually became an awesome time where
Yay.
it was like once the party actually got rolling, they had all these different like tradition type things that were going on where those guys whose whole job was to walk around and like carry her dress for her,
Yeah.
that kind of matched her. They all had their own dance routines, and they came out first. Like one of them did a front flip.
Oh, wow.
Crazy shit, and all dancing, choreographed dances, and then she'd come out like at the tail end of the
She
pack.
having a better time now?
Yeah, at this
Good,
point, I think everything's good. We're in the AC. You know, the hard part is mostly over, and now it's just her getting showered with gifts, like all these different people from, I'm assuming, different family members and stuff. Group by group are coming up, and like one would like put earrings on her, and then one would put like a fancy bracelet or a necklace on her, or like a new tiara. And then more dances that were kind of choreographed, and she's getting lifted up, like Dirty Dancing style.
Okay.
All sorts of shit. And so I'm,
Yeah.
I'm getting the angles. video, everything, smoke machine. I was very excited that they had a smoke machine. The DJ, I sent you that little video of the DJ guy. He was killing it the whole night because he was doing kind of DJ plus hype man, being like, let's get on the floor.
How many people are there, you think?
I'd say about 100, 120.
Okay.
So a good crop, especially for only one photographer. Anything much more than that, it's going to be a little tough.
Yeah, it's tough coverage.
Because I was doing 2 cameras. I had kind of a nicer camera where I was shooting like traditional portraits on, but then I had the camera that I do like those comedy photos with the flash and all that, which actually came out pretty cool for once it got darker and it was more like dance party time.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the end of the night, everyone, like, they at least knew my name. They were all like, hey, yay. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
and all the guys were like, they kept bringing me beers, and I was like, oh, I don't drink, blah blah blah. And they're like, and then at some point, I had like 15 unopened beers like in front of me at the table, all these Modelo's. And all this stuff.
Come on, hey.
And so then I would sneak them back into the cooler to kind of make it look like I drank them.
Like, ooh, yeah, I'm getting wasted over here.
Yeah. I could barely shoot the photos.
I just drank
I'm so
11
drunk.
beers.
Yeah. And then, and just jumping around. It made me feel young again, just like having to work that hard and run around and try to get because it really is like, other than probably their wedding, the most important day of a young lady's life, eventually they got AA on the dance floor.
They play Cotton Eye Joe, and they're like, that's it. That's right. He has to get out there. It's his song.
A few of the older ladies, the abuelas, took me on the dance floor, did a little dance with me. It was very sweet.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Felt like I was like, all right, I think I've earned my place.
For sure.
And they couldn't have been sweeter, and they were all like trying to help me break down the backdrop and stuff afterwards. And then yesterday was when I finally delivered all the photos and everything. Put it up. They asked me to put it on their TV at their house just to slideshow it basically for them. And some of them were like tearing up and
very nice.
So it was
well done.
A crazy whole thing.
Yeah.
But really cool, really rewarding, and I'm looking forward to the next one, baby.
Hell yeah. $16 next time.
That's right. My rate just went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
That's
There
right.
you go. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and I feel like the thread that went through all of it, almost like the movie Yes Man, of just I wasn't saying no to any of it, and it wound up, leading to a lot of cool stuff. And then also, this is important, they did like double what they were going to pay me.
Yeah.
They did right by me by the end, and all that, which was super nice. I didn't ask for it. They just did it. So, yeah, that was almost $25 an hour.
Hell yeah, buddy.
But it was, to be a part of a really cool thing I'd never been to a quinceañera or anything before. Such a cool process, everything. Would recommend.
All right.
Get the Mexican spaghetti.
The gringo's eye view. Hell yeah.
I recommend the Mexican spaghetti.
It was so good.
That's exactly what Everly's birthday was like.
Just like it?
Exactly. No, I don't
13 hours long.
Maybe we did not take many pictures. And it was only 2 hours long.
That's reasonable.
It was very reasonable. But, yeah.
2 hours
When
of
she turns
screaming
15,
kids.
you know who to call.
Yeah, that's right. We got our photographer. We'll call that DJ up.
Yeah.
From the dumpster.
7 years old for Everly?
Yep. 7 years old.
God,
There's 7 little girls hanging out. You get to see their little social structures and see the shy ones, the average, and then the couple of insane ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bossy
one,
ones?
Yeah, one very insane one also. Like standing on a rolling chair in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? One little girl was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I was like, okay, sweetie, it's right over here. She's like, yeah, can you help me? And I was like, can I? Should I call your parents first? I don't know. I was like, I'll take you in there and show you. I was like, toilet paper's right there. Whatever. She's like, I need help. I was like,
That's above my pay grade,
yeah,
lady.
I was like, Sarah, we need some help in the bathroom. And I guess she was like, I pooped. And then she said it was a big one at the end, which is pretty fun.
Great.
You were like,
Yep.
respect.
I was like,
A big one. Nice.
yeah.
Fist
Yeah.
bump.
Mhm. And yeah, they made little fairy garden. You guys know, little like
Oh, yeah,
dioramas.
yeah.
That's
They were all
cool.
into that, and lots of fun. It was a good time.
What was the what was the grub situation like for this party?
What did we do? Oh, just Eileen's cookies, frosted cookies, and a whole shitload of Capri Suns.
Oh, yeah.
So they were sugar high.
We only went through like, I was like, do you guys want anything to drink? A couple of Capri Suns went out, a couple of bottled waters, but now we have like 40 Capri Suns at our house, which is pretty cool.
Not for long, I imagine.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And it was just
Toll's camera went off. Okay.
oh,
Toll's been canceled.
and yeah, some of the little girls are brattier than others.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
It is back on. Yeah, it just went black for a
There
minute.
goes AJ. Man. But everyone was, for the most part, pretty well behaved.
No big fights, no screaming and crying.
but she got a gymnastics mat for one of her gifts for the birthday,
Nice.
and it was instantly like, one girl was like, "We're playing with this right now in the basement," and so a bunch of little girls doing flips, and you're like, "Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt." And of course, like every 10 minutes, they'd be like, "Ow!" And you'd be like, "Oh shit! Like, you're not seriously hurt, are you? Okay, good.
All right, let's reset that shoulder.
Yeah. But yeah, it went pretty well, I thought. We decorated the place. Garden themed. I hung up a bunch of paper flowers all over the place. Sarah hung up a shitload of butterflies. It was nice.
And was it you and Sarah kind of wrangling these? Okay.
Yep.
At first, I thought you were totally solo. I was
No. No. Sarah was there. Sarah helped the one girl go to the bathroom. It was a whole
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah.
The big poop.
Big poop. I was like, I do kind of wish I could have seen it. You know?
The turd.
yeah.
Just the turd.
Yeah.
For science purposes.
Yeah.
And we did another party the next day for family.
Oh, nice.
That was a little less hectic.
Hosting
Parties.
parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you got a good house for it now.
Yeah. Yep.
Show off the wall oven.
Yep. Did.
Huh?
We didn't use it,
Huh?
I guess, but I guess I didn't explain to the little girls how strange the wall oven is. I should have.
Look
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah, it's just in the middle of a wall.
Can you believe it?
You guys ever seen it like this?
Can you believe this shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they made fairy gardens and
Made fairy gardens
Little
and
gymnastics.
ran around. Yep.
I mean, when you're a young person, a little carpeted basement, even without carpet, honestly, a basement.
Yeah.
As a young person,
Excellent.
just a straight runway.
Yep.
That's all you need.
It really is all you
Yep. They all decided, they were like, "Can we go outside?" I was like, "I don't."
Please
I was like-
do.
I was like, well, it was so hot though, and so sunny. So I was like, I got the spray sunscreen out. I was like, all right, before you go outside, we got to do this. So I was like, shh. I was like, is this? I don't know. Spraying them. And I was like,
Spraying them in the
close
eyes.
your eyes. That's what I
Yeah.
said. And they're like, no, spray it on our hands. We'll wipe it on our faces. So I was like, all right. So I spray all these girls down with sunscreen. They're outside for about 48 seconds, and then they all went back inside.
Yep.
It's like, nice.
Nice. Used a whole can on you girls.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Just dad stuff, man.
Dad stuff.
Dadding around.
You guys wouldn't believe it if you saw it. I had to help one girl spread out her Play-Doh. Yep.
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. That's what we use for the base of the fairy gardens. Mm-hmm.
Arts
Did
and
Everly
crafts and
seem
shit.
Did Everly seem pleased with her parties?
Very, yes.
Good.
I think everybody seemed pleased, and they were all pretty excited about the fairy garden stuff too.
Honestly, I'm kind of interested.
Mm-hmm. It was good. That was all Sarah's idea. Yeah. There'd be more funnier bits in this little girl's birthday party story, but
I'm just imagining Kindergarten Cop when Arnold Schwarzenegger flips out and the kids are all running around. Like, that's just when you told me that's what was happening. That's what I saw in
Yeah.
my head.
I just kept running around going, "It's not the tumor."
Did you hit that gymnastics mat at all? Show these girls how it's done.
I did not. I did not. She got a balance beam too, but that was the next day.
Oh,
Little on the floor balance beam. Pretty nice.
Toll tries it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll your ankle.
Yeah. Snap a femur. Anything else new in dad world? How's that little baby
baby's
doing?
almost walking.
Damn.
It's real close. Stands up.
Oh,
From
wow.
Just,
Yeah.
just in a seated position. I'm like, damn, I can't even do
We're getting
that.
close. When's your birthday?
This July. End
Yeah,
of July.
That's
Yep.
what I thought.
Wow.
Yep. 1 year. Crazy.
Truly crazy. Is that kind of normal for them to start walking about that age?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. To my ear, it sounds early.
It's a little earlier. It's usually 1.5, maybe even
Yeah.
2, but usually around 1 you'll start seeing.
when they start toddling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She stands up and she's like, and plops on her butt. But we got her a little walker thing that she'll just keep
Scooting
doing
around.
nonstop. Yep.
It's like one of those little lawnmower.
Yep.
Nice.
Like she stands behind it, walks till
Oh,
she
yeah.
hits something and has to stop. Turn it around, back the other way. Turn it back around. Turn it back. Yep. Back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Good times.
Yep.
If the smallest thing gets in the way, she immediately stops, drops to her knees, and gets mad, right?
Not really. She kind of just stand there.
Just runs it over.
Here's
Yeah.
like one thing, like, think just straight down.
Yeah. It's exciting, I guess.
Yeah. I guess for a 1-year-old, do you really even try for the party? I mean, because they're not going to.
Yeah, we'll have a party,
Yeah.
but I'm like, Sarah asked what I was gonna get her, and I was like, who cares?
Yeah.
Piece
You
of
know?
paper.
Yeah.
Her favorite thing, a box of Kleenex. She'll love it. Couple of pieces of wood she can clack together. Anything she's not supposed to have. That
Yeah.
would be her favorite thing.
Some keys.
One time we were in my car, and she was freaking out. I didn't have a pass. I was like, oh, my God. I was driving. And I had a refillable jar of fish food from the old pet store. It was empty. It was ready to be refilled. That's why I was in my car. I was like, shit. And there was coins in the center console. I grabbed a few coins and like a screw and dropped them in the fish food container and screwed the top on and handed it to her. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, worked like a charm. I was like, I'm a fucking genius. Just MacGyvered the shit out of this baby.
Yeah, and I guess that's just them learning, like, things make noises. And
Yeah.
You're like, oh, nice, new. I've never heard this before. Garbage and plastic. Nice.
Yeah.
Is there an age sort of under 10 that they're, like, the most fun?
She's pretty fun right now.
Yeah, that's about, the
It is a great improvement over 0 to 6 months for me.
Yeah.
For the 0 to 6 months, I was like, damn, this baby is boring as shit.
Get a hobby.
yeah, come on.
Nah, but it was like, Sarah's long. She's like, don't you miss it? Don't you miss this little potato? I was like, some aspects, I guess, but this is much better.
Oh yeah, this keeps getting more fun.
They start learning stuff.
Yeah. Being
Yeah.
a real little person.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Mowing the carpet.
Yep.
Yeah, she well, what's the word situation like these days?
Lots of sounds. And she's dot, dot. Like they don't fully sound 100% like words, but they're words. So mum, dot, 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 dot. And then you're like, are you talking? I'm not sure, but yeah.
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 Let's assume.
Speak English.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be so cool to see her start to talk and
Yeah, it's freaky to think about, but it's exciting.
just a little bit of pre-cum, baby. That's all it took.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah. Pretty fun. Went to Modest Mouse. Huh?
Yeah, Toll got me a shirt.
Yeah, you well deserved. We're Modest Mouse boys.
That's right. Alex doesn't like it, but
Nope.
that's all right.
It's okay.
Hell yeah. Feels
I thought that looked the most AJ of the Modest Mouse shirts that were there.
Very my color scheme
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I like it. Was he super drunk this time? Or?
No, I think he's sober now.
Nice.
Who?
And it's Isaac
singer.
Brock, the lead singer of
Oh
Modest
yeah,
Mouse.
yeah.
Toll's
think
seen him a
this
few
is
different ways.
Third time I've seen him. And the last time was at 80-35, I think. And he was good then. But the first time I saw him, he was so fucking drunk he could barely speak.
Wow.
And he just kept holding the microphone to the audience.
Oh, that's how you
And
know.
it was like, come on, buddy. Like, this sucks.
Float on, yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse
All
than
right.
to see him.
And
You're
he'd
like,
be
no,
like,
you
"How's
do
that?"
it.
Yeah.
You do it. That's why we're here. You
Yes,
do it.
yes.
Take your microphone out of my face.
Yeah.
You do the work.
And this was
God
like
damn it.
100%. And it was great. And speaking of, we got there and there was a bunch of tables. And I didn't know, like, there's all these people sitting
It's
at
a Valair.
yeah. And then there's no people sitting at these tables. And we're like, oh, shit, let's go sit at these no people tables. And we saw, reserved. And then this girl comes up. She's like, do you guys want a private table? I was like, how much? She's like, $100. I was like, ooh, no. And then we kind of walked over to the middle center of everyone. And then, like,
You got $100.
yeah, should we get a table? Yeah.
Mom, can
Should
you
we?
send me $100?
Yeah. And we did. We got a table. And it was money well spent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'm not a crowd boy anymore. I never was a crowd boy, but the older I get,
But he was a proud boy.
I resign from that. No more Trump for me, you guys. And yeah, 100. And I was like, what is? I said this to you guys before the podcast, but like, $100 is kind of a lot of money, but I don't have any. I was like, what is $100? I'm gonna spend it without noticing anyway.
Right.
So I might as well do it. And as of right now, it's Monday night, and it is a race not to overdraw my checking account by Wednesday night. And that was a week and a half ago, but it did make a difference. But it was worth it to get
Yeah.
that table. To be cool, see a perfect view of the stage.
Yeah.
It's also, we're under a ceiling a little bit, so it wasn't deafening.
Yeah.
And you could see it perfectly, and we could talk if we wanted to.
That's how old people
It was
go.
nice.
Yeah, as
And
a
my
young
old people
man, I would
move,
always
yeah.
be like, what a bunch
Of
of
course,
losers
yeah.
up
I'm
there.
gonna
with the
fight my way up to
seat.
the
And
front.
my
Yeah.
buddy Tyler was there. My co-worker Tyler, listener of the podcast.
Now we're talking.
I said, "Hey, we got this private table."
Who's this?
Tyler. Yeah, that's right.
Sounds like a
and
great guy.
He is the best. So handsome too. You guys.
Oh, now I don't like him.
So I was trying to, don't stop listening, buddy. Okay. And yeah, he came and sat with us for a while. Him and his girlfriend and another guy that.
Oh, did they spring for the 100 as well?
They did not, but I said there's 4. I was like, just tell them you're
Oh.
with the toll party, and you can sit at this here private table for a while. If you
McGrain
want to.
party of 4.
Mhm.
You should have then charged cover at your table when they come and sit down and be like, that's $10.
I said if you sit here more than 10 minutes, you owe me $25.
Yeah.
So
Or I'll have you
heads
towed
up.
away.
That's right.
I got kids to feed. I got fairy gardens to make.
That's right. This is completely random and totally off topic, but I saw a thing that said that ostrich eggs are worth $500 a piece. And I was like, ooh, I told that to Sarah, and we were both like, we got to get a fucking ostrich. You know what I'm saying? People got backyard chickens. I want to have a backyard $500 egg machine.
How often do
I don't know.
ostriches have eggs, I wonder?
And you got to kind of like, it's best to like follow them around so you can catch it so it doesn't crack.
Toll walking around the yard.
Yeah, behind my fucking
What is Toll doing?
500-pound,
Oh, it's his
7-foot
ostrich
tall
egg
bird.
scheme.
Yeah.
You can't make work because he keeps dropping the eggs.
It's attacking all the neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what sounds ostrich makes, but that sounded right.
that sounded right.
They seem like they could fuck you up.
Dude, their
Yeah.
fucking legs. Yeah.
They have those. They have claws. They have like
Yeah.
talons, and they can
Yeah.
raise those legs and just gut you like
Yeah.
that. Don't mess with an ostrich.
You can ride
Toll
it.
died doing what he loved.
Taunting ostriches.
Yeah, try to
Catching
get $500
stuff out of an
eggs.
animal's butt.
Yeah, because they probably have a cloaca.
Yeah.
I bet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I took biology class.
Yep. So yeah, I need an ostrich. Did some birthday party. Modest Mouse. The previous week where we didn't podcast, I had stuff to talk about then, but I don't know what it was. It was lost.
I know.
Lost to the sands of time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Alex has some kind of big news. Are you interested in talking about that at all? I know maybe some of it you can't, but
Closed the ice cream shop at Drake. Closed the original Black Cat today.
My goodness. Not the original Black Cat.
Well, yes, correct. Out of the two current ones, now there's one, but
the most famous location.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep. The building was kaput finally after. I think it's a 110-year-old building,
Damn.
and yeah.
You interested in a house on 40th Place to sell ice cream out of?
Has a couple cats.
A couple cats. You got to feed some fish.
Part of the
Use some
lease
cat
agreement.
litter. You got to mow every once in a while. Could use some weed pulling, but
There's
that's a good deal.
Yeah, we might be able to make that work.
Might have to
It's in
zone it.
Beaverdale, you know.
It's in Beaverdale. That's right.
Yeah.
Right behind the fucking what the hell is it called, Mister? Oh, I shouldn't
Basic
say
Bird.
this. Yeah. Oh no, we said it. We said it.
Bleep that out, Shiloh.
Yeah. Yeah.
She already did.
Yeah. But yeah, I got a great deal for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take you up on that.
I'm getting the
Yeah.
cats soon.
Check in next week.
They've
on that,
they've
folks.
been living well long enough.
Yeah.
Time to join the baby and the dog
Yes.
and hate their lives
How
once
long
again.
how long has that been now?
I don't know.
When did you guys move?
I literally have no idea. When did we move?
In the spring?
Yeah,
Hasn't been that
it was in
long.
March, maybe
Yeah.
March.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they've had the run of the place.
they have. Space Ghost is very fat now. Spike is maintained the same weight, but yeah, fish are doing well. And the massive guard dog I have living there with them is doing great too. If you try to get in there, he'll fucking eat your face off.
That's a fact.
That is a fact.
He is rabid.
He is. We make sure of it. I inject him with rabies once a day. And he gets replaced every 5 days as he dies from rabies.
It's a good system.
It
Real
is.
peace of mind.
Yeah, it is.
And once we get the ostrich will probably go.
That's
over
where
there.
I'll keep the ostrich.
Black Cat ice cream and ostrich farm.
Yeah, well, I'll get some of that AstroTurf with the rubber underneath. Then I won't have to catch the eggs.
They have nests. What are you talking
What's that?
Now just walk around, these eggs just plop out. That's
Yeah.
how it works.
No.
So sorry.
The video I saw about this may have been false. There's a chance the internet didn't tell me the truth.
I don't buy it.
Small chance.
Would you buy a $500 ostrich egg? if you had an extra $500 laying around. There's no fucking way they're $500.
There is absolutely no way.
That's what I was like.
Didn't you use one for Chopped?
An emu
Chopped,
egg,
baby.
an emu egg, a
Oh,
little
yeah.
smaller but close.
Yes.
That wasn't no $500 egg.
Jeez.
It was like $25
All
or
right,
something.
I'm gonna Google this.
What's the going rate?
Let's guess. Can't be
Got
more
it.
than
I
like.
got it.
I'm gonna say $80.
I'm gonna say.
$80 sounds about right.
I'm gonna say $28.
I'm gonna mid you guys. I'll double Alex and say $56.
We got 30 to 100 is
Oh.
the range. but
30 to 100.
between 30 and 100, depending on
Okay.
size.
Okay.
Okay.
Still not bad.
Yeah, still a pretty decent
Still
investment.
not bad. Yeah, the math is still mathing on this.
Yeah.
This is still greenlit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still better than quinceanera money, I can tell you.
How often do ostriches lay eggs?
This is the real question.
If it's once a year, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's not worth it.
Yeah. Bing bong, bing bong.
Bing bong, bing
There we
bong.
go. It's first.
In a
Every
single
few
year, 40 to
days.
60.
Oh, okay.
During their breeding season, which typically
Now, how long is that? God damn.
typically
No,
lasts
no,
from
no.
March to September.
Okay.
A single hen can lay 40 to 60 eggs per year under farm conditions. Though they may lay up to 80 eggs if the eggs are collected regularly.
Oh, and they will be.
That's right.
They will
buddy.
be.
I'll be following them around with my egg basket.
Come on, sweetie. Come on.
So mid-range price, $50.
Mid-range.
Yeah.
Tolma Grains, mid-range ostrich eggs. Prices can't be beats.
That's right.
80.
Cutting
so
out the competition.
how much? I wonder how much it costs to keep it. So 80 times 50 is 4,000. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah. 80 times, so $4,000
About
a year.
8,000 worth of feed.
Yeah, right.
I'm wondering, how much do these fucking, what a scam this is.
This is all scammed by the ostrich feed fucking companies.
Yeah, that fucking TikTok was bullshit.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It was 500.
500, buddy. Then I'm looking at like
Sorry, 40
you know,
grand.
40 grand a year, man.
And you're not paying taxes on ostrich egg money.
Fuck no, that's under the table ostrich egg money.
That's farmers market shit.
Yeah, so it was about 10% of what they sure did lie to us. I sure did lie to you guys.
I can't believe it. The internet has led us astray once again.
Yeah, you
However,
might
I think chickens lay eggs like once a day, right?
I think they
generally.
Yeah.
lay a lot.
Yeah.
To the point where I feel like every person I've known that has any decent brood of laying chickens, they're like giving away eggs
Oh,
because
yeah.
they have so many.
I see the stands around. People selling eggs out of little wooden stands. I don't know.
I think with those ones too, they can be like left out at room temp. That's what
Yeah.
I've been told. Like a true fresh egg.
Yeah, for a while, I'm sure.
Yeah. Versus like the ones you get at the store, got to keep them
Refrigerated.
refrigerated.
Yeah. Doesn't I think Iowa produces the most eggs.
I think that is
We
correct.
have the most chickens.
Yeah, I think we're number one for corn, pigs, and chickens. And then number two for a lot of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Methamphetamines, mainly.
Nah, we're probably number one for that too.
We lost our crown a long time ago.
Oh, for meth
Yeah,
to New Mexico.
I think so. Yeah.
This is Breaking
Hawaii
Bad.
is a big place, too. I remember I did like a research paper in high school about meth. I don't know why.
I know why.
And Hawaii at the time was number one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually don't hear much about meth anymore in Iowa.
It's all fentanyl and all
Yeah.
that shit now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of meth out there still.
Yeah, I can tell you, based off the Quick Trip gas station I go to regularly,
It's out there.
it's still booming. Yeah.
Yeah. I had noticed.
I'm getting eyeballed trying to get my cheeseburger roller. you
Yeah,
know?
a guy was walking up to my car today on the way home from work today, and I just looked at him and went, and he kept walking. He's like, eh? I was like, no. No.
You roll down the window. You're like, I bought $100 table at Modest Mouse. I can't afford it.
Yeah. Don't walk up to the car. We're not in fucking New York. I don't know.
What was he trying to do?
Ask for money.
Oh.
And I was like, if you walk up to the car, you're definitely not getting it. If you knock on my window, not a
Yeah,
fucking chance.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times. It always scares the shit out of me because I'll be like, xvideos.com real quick, whatever. Somebody knock, knock.
Oh, Sarah texted me and said meth is huge right now among the youths.
Oh, great.
Oh,
It's making a comeback.
Yeah, in fashion.
good.
Great. Yeah, why not?
Yikes. I wonder if that's like some weird Adderall crossover.
I mean,
yeah, amphetamines.
Adderall
sure.
and meth are very closely related.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah, I think they're kind of in a very, like in the same tree
Mm-hmm.
of
Oh,
drug.
yeah, they're very, very chemically similar.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
A little less Windex in the Adderall, probably.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still a little. Some of that Fabuloso. I've never actually used Fabuloso, but
Oh, that stuff's great.
yeah. Every time I walk by it, I'm like, one of these days. They always have nice colors. It's like purple.
I love the
and-
package. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always like,
It's very
does this-
strong
How does this
smelling.
taste?
Yeah, it
That's
always
what I-
looks kind of
Yeah,
tasty.
it always looks like I don't think they make this anymore. The Five Alive and Fabuloso always seem like the same thing to me.
Yeah.
'Cause Five Alive is 5 different fruits, and Fabuloso is for cleaning counters.
A little bit of a difference.
Yes.
They do make it look delicious in that packaging, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, sour apple? Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's pine.
No. Oh, that's spick and span. My bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even to this day, I'll still. A lot of times, I'll go to Dollar Tree for my cleaning supplies.
Yeah.
And they always have those funny off-brands, spick and span, Fabuloso. You notice my accurate
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso. See.
Yes. I did see Sinners finally, by the way.
Oh, nice. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot, as a matter of fact. I think I gave it, when I told someone recently, because I used Apple TV to watch it. It's already up there. 8.4 out of 10, I say.
That's what you say?
That's what I say.
Yeah, that sounds like about exactly where I would put it. I really enjoyed it.
That's what I hear from everyone that has seen that movie has said that.
Yeah, great, like
great.
popcorn movie.
That's exact people. There were a handful of people that were like, "This is the best movie ever made," and I was like, "It's really good and it's fun and there's a couple of plot things in there." I was like, I wouldn't call it the best movie ever
Yeah.
made, but it's pretty damn good and it is fun to watch.
Yeah, fun is, I think, probably the best word for it. Super fun, well acted. Because after, I was maybe in the minority of people that I did not like Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther.
Okay,
I found him kind of hammy in that. Maybe that was on purpose. I don't know. But I was like, man, can this guy just not act or something? But
It's a
in
little over the
Sinners,
top.
yeah, in Sinners he was good though.
I thought Sarah was going to cream her jeans when she found out he played two guys. I was like, because I don't know if you know, at one time Sarah did assume I was a black guy.
Yes.
Yeah, from listening to this podcast. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thought Toll was a brother.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Toll's been holding on to that ever since.
Black Panther. I'll tell you something that people, I think, and I think what it did is amazing. But as far as Marvel movies go, I thought Black Panther was just okay.
Yeah.
And I love Marvel movies.
I think there was just that groundswell.
I think it was just the idea that you made a fucking superhero movie with all directed by a black guy and featuring an almost all black cast is pretty amazing. So
it was a very cultural moment type
amazing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Get Out kind of felt that way as well.
Yep.
Get Out, great movie. Black Panther, yeah. On rewatch,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like, eh.
the two CGI Black Panthers fighting while they're falling down a hole,
Oh,
I was
boy.
like, this is not impressive.
This is actually not
Yeah.
good.
In fact, I'll bring up another thing. Because of AJ now, I generally watch The Lord of the Rings like once a year now. Every
You're
time I
welcome.
watch it, I'm like, this is better. The fact that this movie is 25 fucking years old and the CGI is more, you buy it even harder than you do in movies now. It's like, what are they doing?
There's
crazy.
a few wonky ones,
There's a
especially on
few.
Blu-ray, where you're like, whoa.
when they're running at a distance with a CG with like the clearly fake background, sometimes you're like, "Ooh, that's a little
Yeah.
like, it's a little fuzzy where they are amongst the rest
Yeah.
of the stuff and some of the size stuff sometimes, but it's still
Yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah, it really, really is. And we talked about this a million times, but they did a ton of miniatures, practical effects, and I think that's why so much of it ages well. It's really only the CG stuff that you're like,
And they're doing like optical illusions straight up to make the hobbits look like they're 3 feet tall.
yeah.
Or like they're filming it so the couch, like the back behind Gandalf was like this tall or whatever, and they have it like angled up.
I remember when they
Yeah.
first when that first came out, the first one, the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And the hobbits were little, but they're like normal size. You're like,
Yeah,
what are they doing?
I used to tell.
What the hell's going on?
I know. I used to tell a joke nobody liked about it. About the poor little people out there losing all the work to computers.
Yep.
Well, and in those movies, they actually did use a lot of little people for like the wide shots
Yep.
and stuff. So they were still working a little.
Right. They weren't going to let him star in it though.
Yeah. True.
So that's all I'm saying.
That's reserved for the dink.
That's right. He's got something. Oh, he's about to. The Toxic Avenger is coming out this summer.
It is?
Yeah,
It has Elijah in it as well.
it does.
Little Lord of the
Speaking
Rings.
of, yeah.
Speak of the devil.
I wonder if there's any animosity there.
Mm.
You know, Elijah played
A little
a
stolen
little
valor.
person in,
Yeah.
in $3 billion movies.
Yeah. True.
Wow.
Damn, yeah.
Because who is like the next most famous little person actor? Vern Troyer, maybe?
He Warwick
dead.
Warwick Davis.
Oh, yeah.
The Leprechaun himself. Willow.
Yeah, he was number one forever.
He was.
He still has a better resume probably than the Dink at this point.
I doubt
I mean,
that.
he was in everything.
But I mean, as far as like starring, Mr. Dinklage has now starred in several movies. It's like the main guy.
oh, yeah.
I don't think Warwick.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he did have all those leprechauns and Willow.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, he had his show for a while that Ricky Gervais produced.
I don't know.
Who's I don't know much about the Toxic Avenger. What's the story on that?
The original, it was a trauma film from the 80s, low budget, insanely violent, where this janitor gets covered or falls into toxic waste and then starts beheading people with his mop and stabbing them through the head and stuff because he turns into this big green muscle-bound wonky-eyed guy. I haven't seen the first one in a long time, but I used to love it.
Huh.
Like I probably still would, I imagine. And
That's one of those movies that was on USA all the time
Oh,
as
yeah.
a kid. Saturday afternoon or night.
yeah,
A lot of Toxic Avenger.
Huh. So it was a movie or a show?
it was a movie.
Oh, okay.
And then they made a cartoon called The Toxic Crusader, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And so like the movie was hard R, ultra violent. And they're like, you know what, kids love this. Let's make a cartoon. They changed the name though to Toxic Crusader, I think, to separate that a little bit. But I don't know. And now they're remaking it.
Who's Dinklage in Toxic
He is the
Avenger?
Toxic Avenger. So
Oh.
they made him he was huge in the original. Now he'll be dinky. Little person.
Speaking of movies, since we're already here now, have you seen My Dinner with Andre before?
I have not.
I cannot recommend it enough.
That's with Wallace Shawn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was part of my intrigue about it.
Yeah.
Was it's real simple cover art, just kind of his face, My Dinner with Andre, and I was like, I can't even think of.
It's two.
of
It's
one.
just like two intellectuals talking.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, like, on the outside, even when I first started, I was like, it kind of has some voiceover from Wallace Shawn, and he's like getting ready to walk into this restaurant and everything. And if you can get past like the first 20 minutes without giving up on it, by the end of it, like, it's pure dialogue.
Isn't one dude like explaining why he's gonna kill himself or something like that?
No, it's not. I don't remember any suicide components.
Oh,
I did
okay.
miss a few minutes. I had to check my rice cooker.
Ah, yes.
But other than that, it's just it's Wallace Shawn and I actually wrote down his name here, and Andre Gregory, and they're basically playing versions of themselves in it because they're actually friends in real life. And this Andre Gregory guy, he talks about it in the movie as well, but he was kind of a famous playwright there in New York, had kind of a midlife crisis, decided to go and travel the world. So he goes to the Sahara Desert. He goes to this place, that place. And at least in my opinion, the collision, or what makes it interesting, is that Andre Gregory is this guy who believes that you need to push yourself out of your comfort zone in order to like truly experience life to the fullest. And then Wallace Shawn's character, Wally, is essentially kind of like a humanist, I guess, that basically he believes that nothing needs to be that complex and that you can take pleasure from like the simplest things in life, like making your coffee every day or taking your dog for a walk.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm so sorry. I just got locked out.
Shiloh's watching porn back there. Sorry, we're not interesting.
I'm so sorry. This is never happened.
Is that? I wonder if that's one of Wallace Shawn's only starring roles.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I remember that movie came out. I heard about it. I'm like, is Andre the Giant in it with him? Wallace, like it,
Yeah, of course.
this
he's
came
got
out in like '88 or
Yeah.
something. I feel like. Or
I think it's
maybe
a little earlier than that. Yeah.
Oh, is it that
Yep,
early?
yep.
Okay. Yeah.
81.
I
is
never
what
really
Vijay
understood
said.
what that movie was about.
It's his dinner with Andre.
Yeah, and that's
It's right there, Alex.
I know.
and it is one of those things where, gosh, I feel like there's other movies that remind me of it, of just super simple premises like that. But considering I hadn't heard a ton of it, but I would see it kind of in my recommended a lot on
Right.
various streaming services and stuff, I finally just gave it a shot, and I really can't recommend it enough. It is not Mexican spaghetti level good, but
What is?
nothing.
No.
But yeah, it's really just,
Mexchetti.
it felt like the two sides of my brain that are always talking to each other personified in an actual conversation.
Right.
Of one part of me is like, yeah, you need to go out and do the biggest, craziest things. You have to go and put on the biggest shows and be a part of these things. Then there's this other part of me that I feel like spends most of the time being like, a simple life is the best one.
Right.
You don't have to go and do all those things to have a great life. And it's these two having that conversation, kind of debating back and forth. It's really interesting.
It is.
Would recommend.
Yeah. that is
81.
interesting. How do you feel about? You feel the simple life? I feel like you don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The simple life's been forced upon me, which I don't think is right.
yeah. Well, if you want to talk about adversity, buddy, I mean, I certainly never thought I'd be a dad. Like, I'm living my hardest possible life, to a certain extent.
Right.
You know, no offense to my life, but it's hard, man.
No offense to my
Weekends used to be easy, and now they're fucking hard.
Yeah. But then, if this was my dinner with Toll, in that conversation, the other one would be that in many ways, you were living life on hard mode before, too, by
I was.
being, no offense, super drunk a lot.
Yeah, by being hard and cool.
Yeah.
Being fucking drunk, people worrying about me all the time.
Getting drunk and lifting weights.
That's right.
staring at the fish tank.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's even part of that movie as well, is sometimes the things that you think are making your life easy. Like a lot of times when I'm having a hard time in life, I'll recede into like not talking to anyone and sitting at home and watching movies and doing all that. But that doesn't actually make me happier a lot of the time.
That's what. Oh, buddy, this last Monday, the Modest Mouse concert.
Yeah.
The time was coming, and I fucking love Modest Mouse, and I was like, man, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like I would, like if I just want to fucking sit at home and not do this. That's where I currently am.
I feel like that's where a lot of people are.
And I'm
Like,
like,
even like just like that, where it's something you paid money for. You've been looking
It was
forward
a gift.
to it. Yeah,
And I love.
exactly.
I mean, Modest Mouse could very well be my favorite band. It's one of 5 or 6 that I would say is,
yeah,
And I was still like,
you're all amped, but then when it's like a couple hours before, you're like,
yeah,
it's hot outside.
yeah.
I'm kind of tired.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, no. Then you have to force yourself out, and then once you're out, you're like, oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
But
what
also, you could have stayed home and been like, nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let's sit and be a piece of shit.
right. I mean, you guys haven't seen me at an open mic in a year. Cha someday, but it is.
And we're worse for wear because of it,
Hey.
you know?
Yeah. I understand. I know you are.
Yeah. Not a laugh been had since
Nope, not a single one.
the great laughter drought. But it's yeah, I mean, I can't recommend enough. Watch it, especially.
Yeah,
it
it
perfectly
sounds-
encapsulates this whole conversation right now.
Right.
Of just those two things, and that
What matters?
and yeah, that there is at the end of it, there is kind of no answer to it.
Of course not.
But that's the way they execute it and everything, and even just the ending, the final line. I don't know. It's good.
Yeah.
Especially for a movie, yeah, I guess at this point, 50 years old, right? Yeah.
43 years old. If it came out in 81, 44.
Close enough.
Close enough, baby.
Yeah. I'm not 50.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, on one of those days where you want to be in and keep it quiet.
Plus,
Yeah.
it's from the 80s, so that means it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's actually
Normal
pretty short.
length.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
It is.
And I watched that Bob Dylan movie as well.
What'd you think? I haven't seen that yet.
I remember watching it and being like, God, this feels so much like Walk the Line.
Same director.
And then I found out later, same director.
Yeah.
But even just the way it looks and everything,
Yeah.
I was like, God, it feels like just
They just plugged it in,
yeah,
basically.
And apparently they did.
And it was funny. I heard him being interviewed, James Mangold, talking about how he doesn't want it to be like other. And I was like, buddy,
It couldn't have
I
been more like the other
guarantee
ones.
it's exactly like you followed. You
Have you
created
seen
the
Dewey
formula.
Cox, sir?
And that's what I watched right after.
Oh, 'cause
and
you
I was
can't-
like, oh my God.
I
And
can't
there's even a
watch-
Bob Dylan scene in it
Oh yeah.
where he's like, the lamppost
Oh
melted.
yeah.
He's like,
In the museum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
something rim job. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
The mouse with the overbite.
And then the protest song,
Yeah.
Little Man. Oh man.
Speaking of, since we're talking about our favorite movie of all time, Dewey Cox, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys died like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I forgot until so he died, and one of the founders of the Beach Boys, musical genius. His whole story. If you don't know him, look him up. But after seeing all the clips, like after he died, I'm like, oh,
The
so much
Brian-
of Dewey Cox is like his whole crazy years.
The Brian Wilson section.
It's
of
the
Dewey
Brian
Cox.
Wilson.
Yeah.
I always I forgot that's who that
Yeah.
was. We had sand all over. and
Bringing the
just,
goat in with the orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just going crazy, making music all day.
Dewey Cox has genuinely ruined musical biopics
Oh,
for
my
me.
God.
Because I don't even remember what one I was watching. I think it was in a theater where I fucking laughed out loud. I LOL'd when they just say another musician's name because he's in the room. And you're like, all right. Like, come on now. Like, oh, man.
Everybody's saying you sound like Bob Dylan. Maybe Bob Dylan sounds like Dewey Cox. Yeah. One of the most underrated comedies of all time.
For real.
John C. Reilly was just recently, I'm sure you've seen these videos where, I think it's GQ or whoever does, where they ask them about their movies, like kind of
Yeah,
the famous
yeah.
movies from their career. John C. Reilly just did one.
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
And he talks about Dewey Cox a ton in it, actually.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Because he talks about, he was like, "Oh man, this was like a huge passion project for us." Like,
They all thought it was going to be a massive hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then in it, it's cool because he says he is likely going probably in this next year or so. He wants to go and do a Dewey Cox tour,
Hell
like
yes.
where he plays all the
What?
songs. And I was like, "Oh my
I
god!"
I would travel to that.
Yes.
Oh,
No Sleep goes
God.
to Dewey Cox.
Oh.
yes. Oh,
Because the
my
songs are
God.
actually great
Yeah.
too.
I
Yeah.
know.
They said they talked about the effort they put into writing those songs to make them funny without them being parodies.
Yeah.
So like to write them in such a way that it's like funny wordplay that seems like it could actually be an old song.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's
The Bob Dylan songs
Yeah.
he does, especially after watching
Yeah.
the Bob Dylan movie, I was like, this sounds like, I mean,
yes.
this could be his lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
it's so, oh man. Yeah, and he talks about, he was like, yeah, at some point we realized that we could either have like a blockbuster or a cult classic, and I think I'm cool with being a cult classic.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you got it, buddy, because
Yeah.
it truly is. I mean, from like the moment it starts all the way to the end, just hilarious. That's so hard to do in a movie too.
I know.
To be that funny that long. I think I'm doing pretty good for 15 years old.
Wife and a kid.
Yeah.
Also,
John
John C. Riley playing a 14-year-old is hilarious in itself.
Yeah.
He just did that. He did a Jack White music video
Oh, really?
playing it. He's like a reverend. But, yeah.
Goddamn. I saw an interview with Jack White, just some random clip from one just recently, and it kind of shocked me. He has never done like any drugs ever.
That explains why he's so white.
You know?
Huh.
But it just seemed like, you know, with his style and everything and just his whole kind of vibe and aesthetic, I was like, seems
Yeah.
like a guy who's probably at least dabbled.
Yeah, it's not cool. Don't tell people that, you weirdo.
Yeah. Be cool.
All
Yeah.
mystique gone.
Yeah, yeah.
I was kind of shocked by that.
That is shocking.
Yeah. And he's funny in Dewey Cox as well.
Yeah.
Does he play Elvis?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's clearly Jack White. Again, like
Yes.
they really don't try at all.
No, not. That's what's so damn funny about it. I mean, Jack Black is Paul McCartney
Yes.
doing a terrible British
I know.
accent.
I just talked myself into watching that when I go home tonight.
Yeah. God damn. What are you doing on time? I'm just laughing about all the hiccups tonight. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Hey, we took a week off.
Yes. A little rusty.
I got to grease up all the cameras and everything. A little,
Yeah.
a little rusted out or something.
Oh, let's see. I had maybe nothing else.
I got some stuff as well. But let's see what Toll's got.
I think I might have said this last time, but this is remains true. As a kid, I never wanted to leave. I would fight leaving everywhere. Like I don't wanna
Everywhere?
leave. Well, not everywhere. But I would like if you're doing something I even moderately enjoyed, if they're like it's time to go, I'd be like, no.
You were that
Like,
kid.
freak- oh,
there was
yeah.
always that one
I would
kid.
spend like if I got
Full
to hang
crash
out,
out.
Yeah,
like,
oh,
with
yeah.
my friends and it was time to leave, I'd be like, I'm hiding in the closet and ruining everything by because they want to leave. So I'm
You're
gonna
pulling the fire alarm.
and I'd do it preemptively too. I would show up knowing we'd have to leave eventually, and I'd be like, I'm gonna ruin this whole day because I don't want to leave.
Because I have to leave.
Yeah. And now it doesn't matter what I'm doing anywhere. I am ready to go. I'm down to leave at any time. Like this is fairly recent. This is in my 40s thing where
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, I want to go.
Yep.
I want to go home. And
We've made fun of my dad for years for that because
Yeah.
we hang out with the parents and then like they're like about an hour and a half in, he's like he does the all right,
yeah.
let's go, Kathy, and like it's time to go, and it's like I'm like all right, I guess, see you later, and like the older they get, though, sooner it happens now, but now as I get older, I'm same thing like at some sort of like whatever function,
Yeah.
and about 45 minutes in, you're like we can. That's probably about it, right?
Yeah.
We made an appearance. Can we get out of here?
And that was definitely something that booze kept me places.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Sure.
I could stay
Keep you
anywhere.
ensnared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booze is great at making you think something cool's about to happen.
Yes, absolutely. Or make you think something cool is happening. Or sitting in like shorts of your own piss. And you're
Yeah.
like, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun. Yeah.
I'm sure glad you're driving.
I'm driving.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a. I remember earlier on in our friendship, our collective friendship, it would hurt my feelings every single time when Alex would Irish goodbye.
Oh man.
It would like
my
make me
move.
sad. Where I'd
Yeah.
just be like, man, if he loved me, he would say goodbye.
No, you
Yeah.
learned that.
But then as time went on, and as I also got older, I was like, I get it, you know. Or I think it's just you just know when you're ready to go.
Because there you go. Yeah, I totally get that now. Because I used to be like, I would never Irish. Like I had to say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to talk to them.
yeah.
I'm getting the hell out of here. Yeah.
I'll do it 50-50. Depends on the situation. It's a game
Oh, yeah.
time call.
Yeah.
But half the time I'll be like, hey, out. Yeah,
Yeah.
like turn to say something.
Like
to him.
talking, like having a conversation with Batman.
Yeah,
You just turn to AJ. I go, he does that.
yeah. Too funny. We had talked about it a little bit earlier. Dave being in the hospital and stuff, and me possibly being one of the people that'll give him half my liver if everything works out, right?
Yeah.
One gently used liver chunk.
They're gonna look at it and go, "Oh, we don't want this."
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
what I
we-
was thinking. Where I
This
was like,
is unusable.
I'm gonna have to do the Danny DeVito and Matilda when he like spins the speedometer back on it with
Right.
like the drill or whatever. Yeah.
I'd offer mine. Yeah, I'd offer
Roll
mine.
the odometer
Yeah.
back on it.
Hit it with a little brake cleaner real quick, just
Oh,
polish
man,
her up
dude.
a little. I'm gonna drink
Yeah.
nothing but water for a couple weeks before.
Maybe a few Diet Cokes.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Just a couple. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that was the whole bit more or
Yeah,
less.
that's,
I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna come back.
I understand. That's very fucking amazing of you to do.
Well, let's see if they let me do it first. But
Right.
yeah, no, I mean, he's done so much for me.
Yeah.
I told him if he accepts my liver, I'll still owe him probably $100,000. But
yeah.
I'll get it to you. I promise.
Yeah.
No,
Liver as down payment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's coming for my organs.
Yeah, he'll be like the mummy, where he'll
Yeah.
come back and be like, "I know we took your eyes and your tongue, AJ,
Yeah.
but Dave needs more."
It's clean AJ out.
Oh yeah, suck me dry.
You know.
That part always made me very sad. The guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
My glasses, my glasses. But I'll give him the liver for sure.
Wow. Good for you,
I am.
man.
Yeah. When I told him it'd be fun, fun, but then we could kick it in the hospital for a week or two. I was like, we could watch Band of Brothers. We could watch all sorts of shit. I can
Whatever we want.
Yeah, I can finally watch The Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need
It'd be
to
kind of
watch-
cool. I mean, cool to be a part of the miracle of medicine in that way
Yeah.
too.
Sure.
And cool to know that it'll like one of those pills with a dinosaur in it.
Yeah. That's exactly that's how it works right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how long it takes to like go back all the way.
I don't
no
think
idea.
it does fully.
Yeah,
Doesn't
probably not
bother.
all the way.
But yeah, I don't know how long it takes to get like substantially bigger.
Yeah.
7 hours, you think? 8?
Yeah.
Maybe he has to see another liver with big tits.
There we go.
It sees a sweaty glass of booze and it goes
Yeah.
like a Guinness commercial or something. Yeah, because that was one of the things that crossed my mind. I was like, I guess I probably wouldn't be allowed to drink for a while afterwards.
No, sir. No.
But then eventually.
I don't know.
Because yours will grow back too, right? So
Yeah, that's what ChatGPT told me. I went down a whole rabbit hole when I was real scared about him when it was looking dire for a while. I was like, I literally typed in a bunch of stuff, like everything I knew about his condition, and then I was like, how do we save Dave? Like, to ChatGPT, and it was kind of cute because ChatGPT was like, it's awesome you want to save Dave. This is how we're going to do it.
Oh, wow.
It actually used his name and everything. And that's the
Crazy.
stuff where it's kind of creepy. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, it knows too much.
Now it knows you're ready to give up the liver, so now it's gonna like talk you into it.
I'm going to be getting
totally
ads
cool.
for
Yeah.
liver transplants.
Yeah.
and shit.
Sell half of it on the black market.
Yeah, top
Yeah.
dollar for young livers.
Young podcasting liver. Lightly vaped in.
Lightly.
Right.
Lightly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been feeding that cat outside, and I think it's safe to say there's now a possum doing its own episode of My 600-Pound Life off,
Oh, yeah.
off the cat food I've been putting out there. Nighttime, they come around. I've been watching them.
Mm-hmm.
The possum I don't mind as much. The raccoons annoy me a little bit more.
Possums
Possum I
are
have
cool,
more time
dude.
for, yeah.
They eat lots of ticks, and they can't get rabies.
They're kind of cute in their own
They
way.
are.
They are, especially little baby ones.
And I just found out the playing possum when they play dead is involuntary. They can't help it. They just kind of
That makes me like him even more.
Yeah.
A fellow panic attack
yeah.
sufferer.
Oh, you can't control it either.
He doesn't
Aw.
like driving on the interstate either. What else? Oh, apparently my algorithm thinks that the only videos I want to see are people on bicycles crashing into pedestrians. You seen these?
I have seen them before.
I'm almost never on the side of the bicycle people, I find.
No,
The people that have the camera on them, I'm
nobody is,
like,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love when somebody it'll be a pretty graphic video of somebody like running a bicyclist off the road. Like oh my god, I hope they're okay. Every comment is like, well, they were on a bike. Fuck them. Like, okay, all right. Like, okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And just the, I can understand it. I can empathize with that sentiment, mainly because I feel like even just driving around like Ingersoll, some of these streets, some of these cyclists, they really do be acting a fool.
They do. Yeah.
They're acting like they're smug
Yeah.
about the situation. They're
Yeah.
looking down on my RAV4.
And we have to follow their biking traffic laws by not running them over, but they don't have to follow any traffic laws whatsoever. So,
They cook right through stop signs. I
Yep.
see it all the time. Unbelievable.
although I know some bicyclists,
Oh, me too.
they
I'm
also
gonna
are
hear
the
about
reason
this.
all these breweries are in business. So once again, I'll just cut it off there. Good for you. There's a question on my. We got a questionnaire when I started, shortly after I started at my job, about whatever, a few things about me, and then what does craft beer make you think of? And my answer was bike shorts. So, 'cause I'm very clever, and that is. I mean, yeah. I don't understand why anyone wears those bike shorts. I've bicycled in regular shorts, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I bicycle in Jinkos only. Yeah.
No problem.
You gotta,
caught in the-
wear huge
man.
socks.
Yeah. Getting in the chain again. Ah, come on. I remember that happening sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Pants would get caught in the chain a
Yeah.
little.
That's why the 40-year-old virgin tucks his pants into his socks. Yeah.
Get grease all over your pants. Like, God damn it. He's trying to look good today.
These are brand new Bugle Boys.
Yeah.
They still make Bugle Boys?
No
I don't think those
way.
exist anymore.
I don't think so.
Or are those only for children? I don't even know.
Bugle Mans.
Yeah, where's the Bugle Mans?
90s.
90s casual wear for men.
Yes. Too funny. All right. Well, folks, we really tried our best on this one tonight.
I mean, sort
there's
of.
been some ups and downs. You know,
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Just
back
had
in
to
the
get the
swing.
bugs ironed out a little bit.
That's
A
right.
little tricky.
A lot of stuff going on. A lot of irons in the fire across the board.
Complicated stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited to work on gutting that place with you, though, Alex.
Oh yeah.
Why do you have to do that?
Because my stuff's in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're just talking about your stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, you got to fucking demo the building you don't own? What
No,
the
no,
hell's
no,
going
no.
on?
No.
Okay.
I love any excuse to hang with my friends, you know, hard
Yeah.
labor or not.
Yeah.
I'll bring my drills,
Yeah.
my hammers,
Bring a lunchbox. Hard
hat,
Yeah.
lunch pail, dildo gun.
Was it wait? Does the dildo gun shoot dildos? Oh, okay, it's more like a sawzall with a dildo on it. I got you. Perfect. The anal intruder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for break time.
That's for
Yeah.
break time.
Well, it's been fun to be back, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed some of this.
FTBD.
That quinceañera story was all right.
It was good.
Yeah, that
It
wasn't
was
bad.
I was wrapped.
Yes. I really tried to put a little stank on it.
I was I was disappointed in my own 7-year-old birthday party story.
It was tough to follow.
It was, and yeah,
But it sounds like being there was a lot of fun.
it was fun. And you don't want to diss on children, you know.
You don't want to.
Sometimes you have to.
There we go.
You bunch of little play-hating bitches. But, yeah. Venmo at Tobo Cop, Black Hat Ice Cream
Not
more than
this
ever.
time.
Valley Junction. Check it out, right?
That's right.
Check it out.
Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM. Like, subscribe, please.
Yeah, go
I'm gonna
look
say
at our sketch again.
Yes.
Go if you haven't liked it yet.
Check it out. There'll be more Alex and Toll sketches.
Somebody like it on Facebook. It's embarrassing posting videos on Facebook.
Facebook's
They-
dying.
We got 2 likes on Facebook, 7,000 likes on TikTok. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Sure does.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right.
No Sleep the Podcast. I've been AJ Simmons.
I've been told, McGrain.
And I've been the ice cream king of Des Moines, Iowa, Alex Carter.
Goodbye, everybody.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.